What's up, dudes and dudettes of the internet? My name's Scythe, and today we're taking a second look at Creativerse. You can see I actually have my old file right here when I did my first video on this game. This game has changed a lot since the first video I actually made on it, and I've been getting lots of requests lately to kind of make an updated video kind of talking about the different mechanics and stuff like that. So much has happened with this game, like seriously, and it ended up having a very, very big patch just came out that introduced pretty much redstone. So I'm all about redstone, even though I don't really like show it that much in the videos and stuff. Like I just really like messing around with it. So anyways, of course I'm referencing redstone. This is a Minecraft type of game. I would actually say that this is probably one of the better Minecraft clones, because what these guys essentially end up doing is taking all of the aspects of Minecraft and what it is and stuff like that, and then they kind of put their own little twist on it that I would say in a lot of ways makes the game more efficient. So we're gonna hop into our world right now, and I do want to mention as well that this game is completely free to play. Back when I ended up playing it, it ended up costing money. That's why I have pro status now, and anybody else that ended up actually buying the game ended up having it. So as we end up loading up a world, you can actually choose all these different passive perks that are going on, which we can adjust accordingly while we're in game as well. So we'll talk about that in a minute, but I would very much appreciate while we're in the loading screen if you would hit the thumbs up button for me. Helps me out more than you know, folks. One of the, trying to rig up a number pad onto the stupid door. Yeah, I know. So what is actually going on in this game, folks, is I do want to mention too that as you end up creating a world, it's pretty much public. People can join it. People can search it up. You could search up this world right now. Good luck getting in because you don't know the password. But that's the thing that's so cool about this game is you can start a world and then the server is actually going to be hosted on the company servers. So you don't have to like host it. You don't have to hold the server. Like I don't have to have the server loaded every time I log in or anything like that, right? So this is our house right here. My goodness gracious, why did we look so tall? I guess it was because we were standing, on these beds, of course. Got a couple friends in here kind of messing around with them, but I will talk about some of the core gameplay mechanics before we end up getting into all of the buildy stuff. Like Minecraft, you're going to be going around and kind of reshaping the world based on things that already exist. Oh my goodness, they're building more. Left click ends up pulling these things. It's like a vacuum cleaner. It's so cool. And then right click to place. And of course, if you end up having different styled blocks like staircases and stuff like that, you would press R to rotate them. Now, when you first start the game, you're going to end up having, I don't have it on me, but you're going to end up having a teleporter on you. You're going to want to place that on the ground so that your friends can end up teleporting to you. By just pressing T, you can teleport to anybody. And if you press T again, this is very, very convenient. You can actually, I'm just going to cancel it, but otherwise we would warp into the house right there because that's where I put my teleporter down. So it's kind of like setting your own spawn point because anytime you die, you'll end up reappearing there as well, and it's just very, very convenient for getting around messing with people. Of course, you end up having different restrictions that you can end up putting on people where they jump into the game and they have a visitor status, meaning that they can't actually break or adjust anything. And then further than that, with certain crafting tables as well, let me see if I can, whoopsie daisy, see if I can get up here and find one. We have low gravity, by the way, right now, just because everybody kept saying it was easier. So this right here, I ended up crafting this processor. You click this little lock icon and you can set up who can actually end up using it. Now, it's important to note that everyone means anybody, including people that are just visiting. And if people that are just visiting end up getting into it, it means that they could potentially end up mining it as well as using it. Now, another thing too about the doors too is they're in the middle block, so they can open either way. Very, very cool. The beds, I'm pretty sure, are just for, well, they used to be just for looks. Now, apparently, you can use them to get through the nighttime. But either way, very, very cool. The way that it all ends up working at the beginning is kind of just similar Minecraft resource gathering. Press tab to pull out your sword. And we've just got a stone sword right now because I find this game's progression to be very noob friendly, but very time consuming. it's efficient. You can actually breeze through this game very, very quickly and get to later tiers and stuff like that. No problem. But for myself personally, I just have a hard time with it. You can see even Pickle Games has a obsidian sword right there. You can turn PvP on or off as well. And speaking of which, here's all of the different perks that you can turn on or off at any time. You can turn no explosives, no PvP. You can always switch those off on your server, so don't worry about it. You can, of course, give other people admin controls, but I wouldn't recommend it because it means that they can actually like really mess things up. You can end up getting different pictures as well that you can end up just using like for the display picture of your world and everything like that, which you just end up kind of taking the picture in game like this. Sorry about that, folks. Ended up getting a phone call from my beautiful fiance, most beautiful in the world. Grr. Anyways, so the other aspects of the game, I'm gonna kind of be in a little bit of a rush. She's on her lunch break and I want to talk with her. Over here, you can kind of see there is a mine down here, kind of a mine shaft. The way that this game works as far as ore gathering and stuff like that is you end up crafting yourself, of course, better and better gauntlets that will end up giving you the ability to mine harder and harder stones and rocks and stuff like that. In the chance that you end up, I have a flashlight because I'm a pro player and I paid money for this game back in the day. If we could end up finding an ore node, yeah, so this right here. This is coal, so we can't actually mine it. We have to extract it. Hopefully I can, no, I can't craft an extractor. Sorry about that, folks. But normally you would just craft yourself that extractor right here, and then you place it on the ore itself. And then it's going to be mining the ore for you over time. And for each piece of coal, I think there's like 6. You're gonna get 6 ore from it. And then of course, with all of the other ores, etc., as you go kind of further and further along. Of course, these ores are required to kind of progress further and further. Very neat mechanics, very much enjoy it. The durability of your mining tool, weapon, and stuff like that, and even all of your armor does eventually expire as well. Back in the day, too, your character was very, very chibi. Now he's kind of like a weird old man, and I don't know if people really like it. Anyways, we got our flashlight, and then we also have a little bit of a glider, which hopefully I'll be able to do. It's not like, I wouldn't say it's the same as Minecraft. It's more like, oh, I don't remember the name of the game, but anyways, I'm just gonna show you it right here. Oh my goodness, there it is. Okay, cool. So we can kind of glide around. Very tricky to deal with because it kind of feels like you're on a boat while you're doing it, but you can kind of, you can swoop down and swoop up and actually gain altitude, as well as just having a basic sprint function with it that you can use to kind of force yourself to have altitude, but of course that ends up expiring and stuff like that. Now, the other thing too is there's going to be all sorts of different tools, processors, LED, which is one of the first mechanics of actual like redstone, because we're going to talk about that primarily, and then probably end up finishing the episode because you can try it all out for yourself, folks. But I think it's so cool that they have a flip-flop gate. Like, I think that's an AND gate from Minecraft, an inverter gate. They also have a timer, so they've got some stuff from the vanilla Minecraft, while they have some stuff that is actually modded into Minecraft. And it's very, very cool, very intuitive, because let me just use this lever, for example. So let's just plop this down right here. Press tab twice and use the tool that we've got right here. Very, very cool, where you just click on the tool, and you click on the door, there you go. It's already set up and ready to go. So the thing about that, I don't know if there is a distance that these can go. Okay, maybe that doesn't... Does it work? Yeah, there we go. So it works on the one door. It's kind of weird. A little bit strange on doors, I'll say for sure. But very, very cool nonetheless that you can end up having stuff a little bit more automated. And of course, they have like pressure plates and stuff like that. Oh my goodness, it's so dark. Let's make it a little bit brighter here. But either way, it's very, very cool. The other thing too is in the store section, or the blueprints section, you can end up getting these blueprints that were made by, some of them are made by the devs, some of them are made by other people, and this is where the pay to win aspect comes in, because you can end up buying the kit or crafting it yourself, and then you can end up using real money to end up buying all of the blocks necessary, or just find them all yourself, right? And what this ends up doing is it pretty much puts down a blueprint of a certain build. So that's what this is right here, and that's what this is right here. The blueprint gets placed down, and then you yourself have to manually build it. So it's pretty crazy because some of these builds end up being like very, very big. You can see this one uses 821 blocks. That's not bad. The Crag Tower Keep uses over 3,000. And then there is also the Fort uses 13,000. You can end up seeing different pictures right here. So it would place down a blueprint for that. And then you yourself would have to manually do it all by yourself. Now, although that's cool, I don't like that. I really, really hope that eventually they would add some type of functionality. Maybe even you would be able to buy your way past it and make it so that the structure kind of builds itself either over time or just instantaneously. Maybe over time it would build and you could pay for it to be done instantly. Either way, I think that would be great just because the amount of time that would go into making this build, like it's like the only advantage that you actually have is the blueprint, so you could end up building it to scale and stuff like that. But either way, thanks for watching, everybody. It's the nighttime. They're probably wanting me to sleep in the bed. I don't know, but you kill different monsters to get different crafting components and stuff like that. Everything's very categorized. You use the processor, which is right here, the starting thing. You use that to make slabs out of wood, and then you make slabs out of stone. You can also turn vines into string, and so on and so forth. It's another Minecraft game. I talked about most of this stuff in my first Creativerse video. I'll have a card in the top right linking to it, because not many of those core aspects have changed about the game, outside of the fact that it's free now. So you can try it out for yourself, everybody. Play with all your Steam friends, no problem. The ease of use is there, and it is amazing. Thanks for watching, though, everybody. Very much appreciate it. Sayonara, and stay epic.